Hello everyone, welcome, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make this video, or in other words, make your Gacha character walk across the screen. It seems pretty simple, and it is, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is you want to go on your phone, because we're going to be working with our phone and our computer. First thing you want to do is go into Gacha Life, of course, because, yeah. Go into Gacha Life. There we go. And you want to design your character. Now you can take time designing your character however you want to. Once you're finished designing, you can go to backgrounds, and let's say you have a different background. You just make sure that it's on a green. Make sure your character is on a green background. After that, after he's on a green background, go over to body, and we're gonna change his position. And from normal, we're gonna go to animated. And the good thing about Gacha Life is that it already does the animation for you. So what that means is you don't have to take a bunch of pictures and put them together to make it seem like he's walking. Gacha Life already does that for you. It already has a couple animations in here to make it look like they're moving. The problem is that you want them to go from one part of the screen to the other side, or wherever you want them. And the way to do that is what I'm going to show you today. So let's go to him walking, or the walking animation, which is on page 5. And it's the second one from the top. And there it is. That's him walking. All right. Go back to this screen. And I want you to go out of the app. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a screen recording. So however you get to your screen recording, just press the screen recording. I'm already recording. So press the button. You know you're screen recording because you'll see the red thing at the top. You go back into the app, and then you hide the background stuff, the editing stuff, and just let him walk. Just let him walk for a few seconds. And after you do that, you want to stop the recording by pressing this red button up here. I'm not going to stop it because I'm still showing you how to do the rest of it. Once you stop it, you're done with that. Go back into the app, and now we need a background. So click on Studio. I have the beach background, but I'm going to make another one. I'm going to choose another one. So I want him to go in the background city. Choose the background city. And then press the eyeball to hide it. Press the eyeball to hide it. And then take a screenshot of it. All right, cool. You took a screenshot. Once you press the screenshot, press the screenshot in the corner, and then press done. It's gonna ask you if you want to save it. Yes, you do. You want to save it to your photos because that's where we're going next. All right, you've done that. Now go into your photos. My photos are here. Go into recent, and it should be the last two things that you did on here, the video and the screen recording. Let's see. I have the picture here. I'm gonna press select. I have the picture here, and I have the video here. And then afterwards, I'm gonna press this box with the up arrow to share it, and I'm gonna click on airdrop. Make sure my computer's open. Make sure your computer's open too, and then you're gonna airdrop it to your computer. And that's it for the phone. Once you airdrop it to your computer, it'll pop up on your screen. And we got the picture and we got the video. You want to take both of these and then highlight them and then put them on the desktop. And then once we do that, we can get rid of the downloads screen here and then press the X button. Go to our launchpad and we're going to open up iMOVIE. All right. Let's say that we have an event and a project that's already been open here. This is what I was working on before. Let's start a new one. We're going to start a new project and a new event. To start a new project, we're going to go back here to this rectangle right here, and it says projects, and it's got a little back arrow. We're going to press that. A screen might pop up that says, do you want to name this event? And you don't have to name it. You can just get rid of it, or unless you want to remember what it was, go ahead and name it whatever you want to. I'm going to come over here and going to create a new project, and I'm going to create a new movie, not a trailer, but a movie. And then I'm going to create a new event because as you can see, the stuff in my event screen here is still there. And I don't want that there. I want to start a whole new one. So I'm going to come over here and underneath iMOVIE library, if I click with the arrows, you can see all the events that have happened here. So right click in an open space and create a new event. And it's going to give you the date or to date or today's date or whatever date you're watching this video. And I'm just going to name it something else. So let's name it Gacha Live or Gacha Walking. I'm going to name it Gacha Walking 2 because I already have a Gacha Walking 1. And I'm going to press enter. And now I have a blank event. Now we can start importing. So there's two ways we can do this. We can press this arrow here that says import media. We put it on the desktop, so it should be on the desktop. You can click on the picture and the video just to make sure that it is what you want. Click on the picture, press command, and then click on the video, and you can say import selected. But let's say you can't find the video for some reason and you have no idea where it is. We can also drag it in. So I'm gonna press this circle with the this green circle here to minimize my screen. Oh, I maximized it. I wanna minimize my screen. And then up at the top bar, I just wanna drag it, click and drag it over. And this is where I put my picture and my video. So I can highlight both of them and then drag them over. There we go. Drag them over into my event, make it full screen again, and now we can get started on the project itself. So the first thing you want to do is not touch any of this stuff, but go to backgrounds, and we're going to go all the way down to the green one, and we're going to drag it in. All right, once we do that, we can go back to the media, and we can start editing our video. So click on the video of the screen recording that you did, and press the plus sign, and it's going to put it after the green screen, or it's going to put it after the green background that you just put in. You can scroll over from the bottom, from left to right, and what we want to do is we want to find just the parts where he's walking. We don't want anything else except where he's walking. So click on it until it turns yellow to get these little yellow bars around it, and then make sure your scrubber is over wherever it is that you want to cut. So let's say I want to cut this part out and I just want this part. I'll click on here. This little line right here will pop over it once I click where I want to cut. And then I'll right click and then I'll say split clip. And then after I split the clip, I can take whatever I don't want. I don't want this, and then I can just delete it. So we cut the front end, now we have to cut the back end. And let's say we don't want this part on the back end. I'm going to click it just like I did before, right click, split clip, it's gone. Bam. All right. Now I can scrub all the way back over, and I can take this green screen where he's walking and then drag it over to the green background. All right, we want to make sure it's dragged all the way over to the beginning, and as you can see, it's too long. It's way too long. The background is about 4 seconds, the video is about 9 seconds, but let's say that we want to make it 4 seconds with the background. So we're going to come all the way over, make sure our clip is clicked again until it's highlighted yellow. And then we're going to come straight to the edge until we see these two arrows that go from left to right. Click and then drag all the way back until it's matched with the 4-second clip. All right. So we got him walking. He's walking, except he's going up and down. We don't want that because, I mean, unless you want that, you can keep it that way. But for this video, we're going to make him walk from left to right. So the way to do that, we're going to click on the clip of our screen recording, and then we're going to come over here to this square with these intersecting lines. It says cropping. And then we're going to rotate him because he's walking up and down. So to do that, we can press this box with the arrow or this box with the arrow. And he's going to rotate either way. So let's say if he rotates that way, he rotates this way, he rotates that way. That's the right way that we want him. All right. So now that we got that, this is what we got so far. Got him walking on the background, on his background. But we want him walking on this green screen background. So the way to do that is we're going to start keying him out. And the reason we're going to key him out on another green screen is because iMOVIE doesn't allow you to layer, or if it does, I have not figured out how to layer two green screens. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to cheat it a little bit. So we're gonna click on the clip again, and we're gonna press this square within a square. You see this right here? This is the video overlaying settings. And you're gonna get a little option here that says cutaway. You click on the down arrow, it says green/blue screen, split screen, picture in picture. Now you're gonna think that green screen is what we want, but for right now, we wanna do a picture in picture because we want the green background. And once we do that, we can see our little guy got smaller. He's on his bone background, and we can see the background from the green screen. So the next step is to make him bigger, in which we can do that by using these blue dots that surround him on the square. And when you highlight over them, the diagonal lines will come up and you just drag them out until he gets as big as you want. I want him about that big. And then once you do that, drag him until his arm and his feet are like on the edge of the screen from the bottom to the left. So like right about there, because we want him to walk from this side to off on the screen. All right, so this is what we got so far. We got him fading in and fading out, and I don't want that. It's a preset that comes with it, and I don't want that the dissolve on there. So what I'm gonna do is make sure it's highlighted, make sure you're on the square within a square, and then I'm gonna say where it says dissolve, I'm gonna come over and click this number, 0.5, and I'm gonna just change it to 0 and press enter. And after that, I'm gonna play it. That's what we got. No fade in, no fade out. All right. So now that we got him in the right place and we have him in the left part of the screen, now we want to make it seem like he's moving. I mean, because he's moving his legs. So now we want to make it seem like he's moving across the screen. So the way to do that is we're going to click on the screen. We're going to go back to this box within box. And we're going to go to this little rectangular part right here. And we're gonna click on this part that says add a keyframe. It's just a little diamond with a plus sign in it. To make sure that we do it right though, we're gonna click on our timeline here. And we're gonna make sure our scrubber is at the very beginning where we want it to start. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna press add a keyframe. All right. And now that we've done that, it holds it in place. So at the beginning of the video, that's where it's gonna start. And at the end of the video, it's gonna end up off screen. So we're gonna come over here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna click here, make sure our scrubber's on that side. And then we're gonna drag the video, our guy, to the opposite end. Now let's make sure that we keep him like on the same line, because if we don't, he's gonna look like going up and down. We wanna just make it look like he's walking like a normal person till he's off the screen. All right. Now let's see what we got. Look at that. Look at that. Walking across the screen. Let's see it one more time. All right, great. So we're almost there. The next thing we want to do is add the background. To do that, we're going to have to do a few things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to export the video. And to do that, we're going to press this square with the up arrow on it, and we're going to press File. We're going to make sure it's on 720 here. Then we're going to press next, and then we're going to name it green screen walking. Now you can name it whatever you want to, but if you want to find it easier, just name it something that has something to do with the video that you're saving. Make sure it's going on the desktop. To do that, if you press these arrows right here, you can look at all the folders into wherever it is that you want to save. And then I have it clicked already, so it's going to be on the desktop, and then I'll press save. And then we're going to wait for it with this little circle, and it's going to give us a message that says share successful. And it's going to give us this box, and it says close or show. We're just going to close this box right now. We'll come back to it later. Now what we're going to do is just import the video that we just exported. So I'm going to make it minimize the screen, and then I'm going to drag in the video like I did before. And then make it full screen again. So now that we have this video, we don't need this one anymore. All right, because we're going to do something cool with it. So let's go ahead and highlight it and delete all that stuff. Next thing we're going to do is just add our background in there. So just click on the background until it's yellow, and then press the plus sign, or you can drag it in, whichever is easy for you. The next thing we're going to do is just add our guy or our Gacha Life character on top of the background, just like that, just like we did before. Now that we got that going, we can go ahead and key them out with the green screen effect. So we can click on the clip, go up here, click the square within a square, go to cutaway like we did before, and this time, instead of pressing picture in picture, we're gonna press green screen, blue screen. And look at that. He's walking in the background. But you're like, oh wait, but what's that little box that's like around him? Like that looks weird. The reason that's happening is because we had two different types of green. We had a green from Gacha Life and we had a green from iMOVIE. And since there were two different types of greens, the computer is reading it as just keying out the green from the background from iMOVIE. But we can fix it really quick. Just make sure it's highlighted up here. And then we're gonna go to the eraser. And then we're gonna click on the part that we wanna get rid of. And that cleans it up pretty well. Look at that. Now he's walking across the screen and there's no box around him. As you probably have noticed is that the background itself is kind of like moving. And that's an effect called Ken Burns. And iMOVIE automatically does it when you add a picture into the project. But you can fix it by clicking on it, go into the box, the cropping box up here with the squares that are intersecting. And instead of Ken Burns, which is what it's on now, we just want to make it fit. And now when you play it, there's nothing happening. Let's say that we want to put this on our social medias like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Let's go ahead and save this video, and we're going to do it the steps backwards from airdropping from our phone to our computer to our computer to our phone. But first, we got to do what we did before and export this video now that it's finished. So we're going to go up here, press this square within an arrow within a square. I can just press File. I can press Next. And then I can name the video Walking Done. Make sure it's on the desktop. Press Save. And then you can let it do its thing until the box comes up. And this time when this box comes up, instead of saying close, we're just going to say show. Because now we want to export it to our phone. Or airdrop it to our phone, I'm sorry. We're going to right click it. Right click what's highlighted. We're going to say share. We're going to say airdrop. And then make sure your phone is unlocked. All that jazz. And then click it. And then sending, and it should pop right up on your phone. If you look on your phone and it's there, if it's not, try the steps over again. And if you want to upload it to TikTok or whatever, it's just the same thing that you normally do. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I plan on doing more videos like this where I use the Gacha Life animations and I combine them. Like I'm going to do one with walking, running, talking. Like I can do him like shooting fire, some electricity, some thunder. So the next thing I'm gonna do is probably showing them how to talk to each other and walk at the same time. Walk and talk at the same time, because people do that, right? And I'm also gonna show you how to go from scene to scene. So like if he's walking from one scene, going to the next scene. There's a lot of things you could do in iMOVIE, but it is limited. So I usually edit my videos in Premiere. I'm going to show you how to do this exact same video inside Premiere. It's a little bit harder, so that's why I wanted to do it in iMOVIE. So, because if you've never used Premiere, it's going to be hard for you to follow along. But iMOVIE is kind of easier for the steps, and it gets kind of the same effect. But you can do a lot more in Premiere. If there are any other editing softwares or apps that you want to use, just comment on the video, and I'll see if I can do the video or this kind of effect in that app, as long as it's free. And if I can, I'll do a video on it. And if I can't, then I'll just try another free app or something that somebody can download, because not everybody has iMOVIE, not everybody has Premiere. So just let me know and in the comments below, and then I'll try to use that app.